There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you. Not doing well, don't know where you are, 'cause you're not here. It's been way too long. If I could lay down beside you, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you're safe and that I will see you soon. If I could lay down beside you, I would.
Hey guys, I went ahead and started a couple of minutes early. That way we can get the monotonous thing of going through and saying hello to everybody. I do not mind doing it. I like saying hello to everybody. But as a viewer, I know how it can agitate people. So anyways, let's get on with the show. Hello, Cece, Dawn. Act Right People. I like that name. Amy Lou, Miss Rockin' Robin, star of the show last night. Miss Alpaca Maid, you are Miss Overdeveloped Sense of Responsibility, and I'm glad you're checking in again. I am so happy that you possibly, what we talked about. I'm glad to see you here. I love you. I consider you a great friend. And I don't want to see you go anywhere else. Hello, Roxanne. Cool Gamer. Kimberly Brummett. Dana Lynn. Susan Bright. I hope everybody is having a great day today. I hope you had a better beginning than I did this morning. I don't know how many of y'all was in Andrew's chat, but oh Lord, did we have a time this morning. Hello, Miss Kirst, Jody. Glad to see everybody here. So let's chit chat for a minute. Let everybody have a chance to get in here. Chris Melcher, hello, sweetheart. I'm glad to see you all here. And as the title says, we're going to try to get some things straight. And I will go ahead and start it out with Andrew did call Allie. And she did say, y'all can go watch it on Andrew's channel. He's got it out there. It was his live he did this morning, I believe. He called her, had her on the phone. It was live. And she does say that you can't believe what her mom says. She also says that there is no Michelle Mulvaney. There is no child that is in an institution, that kind of stuff. So I want to clear that up. As I said last night, I wasn't saying it was for fact, but y'all could go watch it on JLR's channel. He was the one that interviewed Sherry, and Sherry is the one that made those statements. Lily Eve, hello, hon. Ellie Mae. Dippy, how are you? I'm glad to see you're here. Wonder why it did that. Did what, hon? What did it do? Welcome to all coming in. Everything we discuss is not fact, but in factual manner. All content and opinions are alleged and are for entertainment and educational purposes only. Hello, everyone. I don't get a chance to get in the lives very often. Hope everyone is having a great day. That is Kim North of the 54. We're glad to see you here. And hopefully we are all doing great today. When I came in, it acted like I have never chatted before. It's because I just now did my welcoming screen and stuff. I was in there looking for stuff about the memberships and the membership lives and all that stuff. And I realized I'd never done a welcoming screen, so I did one. I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I should have done it to everybody. Sorry, guys, for the people who've only been in here 500 million times. Thank you, Act Right people. Thank you. Smash that like button on your way in, guys. Absolutely. And if you're already in here, jump on out real quick and hit the like button, and we're good to go. I want to at least get 200 likes today. That's not asking much, considering by the end of the night, we should at least have had 500 views. So let's try to hit that 200 mark, guys. So can y'all guess who we're having as a special guest? And for the people who know, you're not allowed to guess. Welcome to the live stream. Please hit the thumbs up on your way in. Grab a chair or seat and make sure you have your pretzels and popcorn and get ready for an enjoyable chat. Hey, Nana mods in chat. Well, hello, Patty. Glad to see you're here. Who? Well, if you already know, you're not allowed to guess. What case are you guys talking about? Well, we're not technically talking about a case today. We're just going to try to get a few things squared away if our special guest shows up. Please be respectful to all panel guests. Keep it classy as always. Thank you, Kirst. We hit 200 thanks to Rockin' Robin and Nana last night. Should be a cakewalk, right? Yeah, it should be. Yeah, I think she has all this stuff already pre-typed out and she just pastes and copies it. I swear I do. Because I don't see anybody being able to paste or type that fast. I swear I don't. Hey, y'all. Thank you for joining us in this live. Pray, whether it's the true crime or paranormal, we are so glad you're here. Please make sure that you hit that like button. Yes. Oh, Lord. Dippy, what are we doing here? Please refrain from using vulgar, obscene language in chat. Dress it up or abbreviate only. Your comment will be deleted. Please respect the creators. TSO, I know what that means, but I can't think of it. Anyways, channel may be affected. Yes. Oh, terms of service. I knew what it meant. It just took me a minute. Yes, we wore it out last night. So you're talking about YouTube drama? Yeah, unfortunately, surrounding the Summer Wells case. And y'all know I don't do drama on this channel. I do not. But I had something to say this morning and I still want to get it out. I invited someone to come over. You may not like what they say. You may not like their opinion. I know most of you will have a very strong opinion about what they have said. But you are allowed to have your opinions. You are allowed to vocalize your opinions. Do not bash anyone on my panel. I expect the utmost respect from you guys. Y'all have always done it before. Please make sure and do it tonight. If they ever get here. No matter how much you dislike someone, do not contact, threaten, harass, dox anyone mentioning in this video. None of that will be tolerated. Summer Wells missing from Rogersville, Tennessee, June 15, 2021, age 5, now 7. Blonde hair, blue eyes, 4 foot tall, 40 pounds, wearing pink shirt, gray pants, barefoot. Any credible tips, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND or 1-800-824-3463. With all these warnings, guys, y'all got to wonder who is coming into chat. Please be polite to everyone, to include Nana. Panel guests, chatters, mods, keep in mind that we are all real people with real feelings. Hateful and derogatory comments will not be tolerated. Absolutely. Okay, I have a question that you may know the answer to. I have always thought that the party before Summer went missing was at Dawn's house. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. But I think I'm wrong. Well, where do you think that party could have took place? Do you know where it took? No, I don't. That's what I was asking you. Do you know where it took place? Yes, knowledge. Anastasia, yes. Knowledge is power has been invited to this panel so that we can discuss what was being discussed on Andrew's channel this morning. Check my phone messages. I know who you are now. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I don't know if the guest is coming or not. Who is Act Right People? Is she showing up in blue? If she's showing up in blue, she's supposed to be here, guys. I promise. She just told me who she was. It's okay. You like her perspective? Really? I'm not too crazy about it. Not the things that she's been coming out with saying. You handled yourself so well compared to other people on that panel. Oh, well, thank you, Anastasia. That is Anastasia, right? Hello, Blue Eyes. Dawn and Candace's house doesn't have a porch on it. Candace says, where did it go? Candace said today that they haven't had that couch for 6 years. Hopefully, Act Right. Hopefully she will. Yeah. Okay, well, that's all right, guys. Let me go ahead. I'm going to share this with you, and I'm hoping the sound works. One of my mods, please, if y'all can't hear it, please text me and let me know, but I'm going to try to share this video, okay? This is what we're going to be discussing.
Is that the cave that Shurfy Jr. was standing in front of after he terrified your daughter at the watering hole? Did they go there for more privacy? So Shurfy Jr. and H could properly abuse your daughter without being disturbed? In my opinion, yes. In my opinion, well, back to the fact that I don't think Summer is Candace's. And the comment that you made about just getting her back. What are you in some pedo organization that swaps out children?
Okay, now the point being is she made the statement that she believed, and she does say that she believes it, that Sherfy and H took the baby into a cave and did whatever. Now, my argument about it is, even if that's what you thought, there are so many different ways you could have approached that subject without coming out and saying something god awful like that. I do not bash other creators. Y'all know I don't bash other creators. I don't allow my chat to bash other creators. And that's not what I'm trying to do here. Yes, Anastasia, Sherfy, and H together. Y'all can go watch that video. I don't want her to get mad at me and strike me, but I will continue to play that little clip. But the plain and simple fact is, H, whether anybody likes it or not, is a minor. He is still a child, close to adulthood, but technically still a child. And he definitely was a child back then. If something like that happened, you have to ask, where was the mother and the father at? If anything like that even happened. I'm not saying it did. But you do not get on YouTube and accuse a child of something like that. You don't bring a child's name. And as all the decent creators that are on here sort of unanimously, subconsciously agreed way back when this case first started, the kids are off the table. We don't discuss the minors. We don't discuss what we think. We don't talk about them. And we damn sure don't come out and make statements like that about a minor. It's wrong and it is disgusting. And you would think that knowledge is power would have more dignity for herself than to come out. Or come out with the title, guys. The title for that video is Dirty Ducking. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You put an I in there. Dirty ducking babies like it's your job, huh, Don Wells? Why is YouTube even allowing that title to be out there? That first and foremost blew me away this morning when I seen that title. And this morning when she come in to Andrew's chat and she got up on panel and she kept insisting that she was just throwing theories out there, because that's what Candace has been alluding to for the past 2 years. I'm not a Candace fan or a Dawn fan. Y'all know that. Y'all know how I feel about this. But the plain and simple fact is, I have never heard Candace insinuate that Hunter did anything to Summer where she could have gotten that theory from. Air quotes. I'm doing air quotes like y'all can see me. Now, if anybody else knows of anything that Candace may have insinuated about Hunter, please let me know. Because I've never heard her. Yes, I believe that there's a possibility she could have used him for a fall guy. Yes. Used him for an alibi. Yes. But I have never once heard her imply that he did anything to hurt Summer. Nothing. And I wake up, what was it, yesterday or today one, and there's talk about some video supposedly where Candace is making these allegations against Hunter. If anybody knows where I can find that, I want to see that too. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. That came from her too? Okay. Dawn, thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you very much. Candace is throwing shade off of what she done to Hunter. So did Candace actually say it? I disagree with naming children, but she is entitled to her theory, and I'm not saying that she can't have her theory or her opinion. But I will say there are creative ways that you can get on here without actually naming it. Yes, and I know technically she used the abbreviation, but everybody knows who H is. I mean, you might as well say the boy's name. And come on, guys. Has anybody on here seen the video that she's referring to as far as Hunter being in the pond with the baby playing, goes underwater, and when he comes up, he's this big, fine, muscular man wearing blue shorts who happens to be Donald Sherfy Jr. Has any of y'all seen that? Because that was another statement she made in Andrew's chat this morning. There are other ways to get your opinions and your theories out there without throwing a kid's name. That child could be completely innocent. That child could literally have not even been with them that day. And for whatever reason, be saying that he was. 20 years down the road, him not being guilty of any of it, 20 years down the road, somebody's done come across that damn video. Or one of the 500 times it's been clipped already. And he's still going to have to come back and live with being accused of that. Or in the future, because it's already happening now, they go on your Facebook account, they go on your Instagram account, your TikTok account, and places can literally say, no, I'm not going to hire you because that was on your account. Places can say, no, I won't rent you a house because this was on there. What do you think? If the boy is innocent, which there is no proof any other way, there's no proof that he is guilty, there's nothing. 20 years from now, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, what do you think just that one video is going to do for his life? That's why I'm against you don't bring kids into it. If a kid was involved, if a kid did it, law enforcement, the child psychologist, they will take care of it. That's why I was so against Chris McDonough and him talking to Hunter. He should never have interviewed that child. Nobody should have interviewed that child but a child psychologist. You do not bring those kids into something like this. You don't drag their names through the mud when you damn well don't even know if they're even involved in it. Sorry, I'll look at some of the comments. Sherfy may be the other. Nah, I don't believe that. Law enforcement has his phone, or they did. Yes, that's correct. But that could mean a number of things. That could have something to do with his sister's boyfriend and the people he runs with. It could have had something to do with the car that he got in trouble for when he took it. It could be the reason they kept his phone could have a million different reasons why they kept his phone. And then again, there's a possibility that something may be connected there. But we as responsible adults, we as responsible parents and grandparents, we as responsible and respectable YouTubers should have better common sense than to drag a child's name through the damn mud. Okay. Well, I hope she does. I'm not getting on here to bash her or to fight with her. I just want her to understand exactly what I was just talking about. how bad it could be for that child. If you have to be coming up with theories, if you have to be descriptive, find a way to be more creative with your descriptions. What about that live last night with lips in the picture? And Candace remembered it. Oh, yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Act Right People says, you know how Lips went back and checked with Candace last night about that picture, about the little boy, little girl, depending on your opinion. Candace took one look at that, a picture from no, it wouldn't be, because Summer had to have been 3 years old. So that would have been 5 years ago. 5 years ago. She could take one quick look at the picture, know exactly what kid it was, what was going on, what they were wearing. But yet she can't remember nothing about the day Summer went missing, or pretty much any other day that something important has been asked of her. Don't y'all find that a little weird? I think she has selective memory. Not be sarcastic, but maybe someone should teach her etiquette on lives. That's not being sarcastic. And yes, I had already thought about that. And I don't know that I have proper etiquette when it comes to live, but I've got common sense enough to know you just don't drag kids through the mud. If they are guilty of something, it will come out in court. There's a reason why juvenile court is private. There's a reason why there's a gag order on anything to do with kids in this situation. It's to keep the kids, especially if they're innocent, to keep them protected, which is what we should be doing. We shouldn't just be protecting or trying to protect or trying to help the ones that are lost or stolen or sold or missing or whatever. All kids, protecting all kids is our job as human beings. Yes, Nana, you are very kind and respectful to people. I don't sub to anyone else. Oh, well, Dawn, thank you so much. I appreciate that, hon. You don't understand how much that means. I saw last night in Facebook group message that the boy in the picture from last night is David Britt and Crystal Spencer's son. It was at a birthday party for one of the boys. You know what? I can find out for sure. I have Crystal's mother. I'm friends with her, and I can send her that picture and find out. Thank you for reminding me of that. Hair curlers and crime. Chris was acting on Summer's behalf. He was, but you can't just pick one kid to protect. You got to protect all kids. I am not saying anything about Chris McDonough interviewing anybody else. Nobody. Just a kid. I wouldn't have said nothing to him if he'd have interviewed him in private. I just don't think he should have put him in front of a camera in front of thousands of people and questioned him. Nana, you were yelling at her in Andrew's live. Please don't yell at her when she comes up on panel. I'm not going to, hon. I'm going to try not to, I promise. I know Allie consented, but still. Nana, now I understand about Chris M. He shouldn't have talked to a kid. I agree. I know his mother was there. But just like I have been told recently by professional guys, had he have popped up and said anything that could have been considered fact, or this is exactly what happened, or confessed to anything, or said, oh, I know somebody did this or that or the other, a defense attorney on the opposing side could have gotten the whole case kicked out because it was said publicly on YouTube, and it could have been said that it was persuaded, it was manipulated, all that. Ain't the thing about Chris McDonough knows that too. Well, Nana, if Allie was a mom, she would have declined. Everybody has their own opinion. You can't see it. Look, so I'm shaking my head up and down. None of these people have ever protected or cared for children. May they get what karma sends. Well, you can't say that, hun, because therefore it comes back on the kids as well. It shouldn't have happened without an attorney. Yes, exactly. Well, I'm sure it was recorded too. Obviously, I believe CM was the first biggest strike set against YouTubers. I think so too, especially after Leslie Earhart said that he was not helping the case one bit. H is young and gullible, easy to trick him. Think people. Candace used him as the fall guy, etc. Look at the many tricks and pranks pulled by DW and CW here. We all witnessed. H wasn't being interrogated. He was simply telling his side of the story, in my opinion. I'm not saying that he wasn't. I didn't say he was being interrogated. I still just don't think. I think a child psychologist should have talked to him. At least talk to him first. Allie probably got more than Piz and Mountain Dew. It wasn't live. Well, I know it wasn't live, but still thousands of people seen it. Yeah, I got it. Pizza. Pizza. I got it. Well, guys, we're waiting. Ro, if you're out there, come on. Come on down. Hello, my wrench. Thank you, mods, for dropping channel links. We like doing that over here because we love our, what's the word? What is it? Not a friend, a co-worker, not a co-worker. It's something else, sort of like your partner in crime. I love my partners in crime. Hair curlers and crimes was in here too. Did anybody drop their chat? They all covered, all lied. It is not hard to see Summer's case for forced sterilization sarcasm. Okay. Well, I'm waiting, guys. Hopefully she'll show up. She was supposed to be coming. Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't see it. Yeah, if any creators come in here, guys, please drop their chats, including Cursed, please, hers and Alpaca Maids. Looks like Rose Meyer was at Grandis's that day. I don't believe Rose showed up until after Grandis called her and told her that Summer was missing. Hey, everybody. Sorry I'm late. Dinner always takes longer than expected around here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Well, our panel guest has not showed, so what does that tell you? They're supposed to be on their way. There she is. I'll drop the link for you, hon. I dropped that link. It's right above your statement. Listen to Dotson 49 minutes into. Okay. Chris M. convinced a 14-year-old boy named Michael Crow that he had something his own sister. Oh, Chris even wrote out a confession for Michael for him to sign, all without the parents. He was interrogated for H.
Oh,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm having technical difficulties. What's up?
Nothing much. I wanted to try to get straight what was said in chat this morning and let you know what my side of it is and hear you out, but we have got to set ground rules, no cuss words, no nasty insinuations. Find creative ways to say what you may want to say without saying the words.
That should
Okay.
be easy.
Huh?
I said that should be easy.
Okay. Now,
Can you hear me? Like,
yeah.
Hold on, let me turn the volume up. Can you hear me better?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like you moved the phone away from you is what it was.
I don't have the earbuds in, so it's like I gotta hold the phone like right here.
No, closer the better for me to hear you.
Let's see if I can get my earbuds on. It won't disconnect if I turn Bluetooth on, right?
Oh, I don't know.
From your. All right, let me
It
hold
shouldn't.
on. Right, I'll just hold it close to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what I was trying to say in chat this morning, I've got two gripes. One is, like I was saying in a while ago, we all basically agreed no kids under the 18 is drugged through the mud on in this case. I mean,
I missed that meeting.
Huh?
I said I missed that meeting, but I mean,
it
makes sense.
was like a unanimous thing that nobody actually talked about. I mean, it's just good etiquette or whatever. That way, because in the future, if that person, that child, whatever, had nothing to do with it, then it's not already out there. Because once it's on YouTube, no matter how hard you want to try to delete something, it's always going to be out there.
Nana, you're talking to somebody whose son, 2 weeks after he turned 18, had a party at his house and had to register because a 15-year-old boy and a 17-year-old girl hooked up. So he had to register. He had to sit in a class with a bunch of freaks discussing really horrific shit just for having a party. So I fully understand the velocity of him being implicated in any of this, which would suck for the kid for the rest of his life.
And two, and I told you this morning too, I have personally never heard Candace insinuate that Hunter has ever hurt. And I'm not taking up for Candace. Don't get me wrong about that. But I have never heard her insinuate that Hunter has ever done anything to Summer.
I didn't say she ever said he hurt her.
But you said
like,
you were.
I mean, the other thing, but I mean, not like her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I consider that different. But
abuse.
What?
Abuse.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, but I was thinking in a different manner when you said hurt her. That's why I was like, what? But she has not flat out said it, but when you listen to her videos over and over and over, she. Oh, my dogs are howling because the ambulance. Hold on, boys. Good day for this. Like, I mean, she leaves it wide open for like to be blamed on him. Like, I mean, if that was your child, would you have not fessed up what happened during the day instead of just saying, 2-3 words out of a sentence just to leave things hanging for people to assume?
Right, but I mean, and trust me, if there's somebody who is a conspiracy theorist who comes up with every theory under the book, it is me.
And like, yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Just like, I mean, okay, you talk about how you had this kid with you, and then you make comments like, well, I don't know what he did when he was in the truck. Most likely he didn't do anything, but you put that out there, so now people like think that, you know what I mean? And like I said to Angela, because today I don't even know why it kept going, because you know, when it was brought to my attention, because like first off, the video is like months old and nobody said anything all this time, so I didn't even know what they were talking about at first. And then when they played it, I was like, wait a minute, Angela, I'm talking about like 3 different scenarios there. And if you listen to the part about the cave, I don't mention H. The only time I mention H is when he's standing in the water and you see his back, and you know, like adolescent fluffy kid, you know, with the yellow shorts. Well, he turns into a dude who's got a V in the back going down, wearing a pair of blue shorts, turns around and smiles at the camera.
Can,
It's Sherfy. That's the
can
last
you
time you
can
see
you
H on
send
that tape.
can you send me a clip or a link for that video?
You actually probably have a better chance of getting it than I do, because I even brought this up on your channel a couple times, like 9 months ago. I brought it up on Daisy's channel. I brought it up to John Davis. The chick who had Gone But Not Forgotten, I think it is.
Yeah.
Is that, am I saying that right? All right.
Yeah.
It was on her channel real late at night one night, and she had a bunch of pictures that like nobody had seen prior, and she had this video. And when, like, you know how when H walks into the water and he takes his hand and he splashes a little bit of water and then he turns around and looks at the camera?
Yeah, I've watched that 1,000 times.
Right.
I promise
Well, right
you,
there,
he does not
right
turn into a grown man.
in
I
the
promise
video
you.
that in the video that she showed that night, Hunter was standing in the water. Then all of a sudden, it pans back to the water. The same spot that Hunter was standing is now a dude with a V in his back and blue shorts. And he turns around and smiles at the camera. It's Sherfy. I've asked everybody about this video. And one night I was in the chat and I brought it up. And apparently she was in the chat because she came on and I said, look, you know, what's up with this video? Is it like real or what? And she's like, yeah, it's 100% real. I don't know whose chat I was in though, but she had the video. And I believe I even asked her that night, well, since you had something like that, did you at least turn it over? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know how to do like all that, what do you call it? When Photoshop or whatever. Like,
Editing.
yeah, I don't know how to do none of that shit.
Hang on a second. I'm going to show you
Okay.
something, how easy it is. Okay. Hang on.
Do what?
I said,
Right.
I'm going to show you how easy it is.
Okay.
As soon as I find it here, hang on. Give me a second. Because I took a picture, one of Don Wells' mugshots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
I know
is,
people can do it, but can you do that to a video? Like put somebody in a video that wasn't in a video?
Yes, actually, you can do the moving thing now.
Oh, God.
I was just discussing that with, listen, there's so much technology out there right now. You can play somebody else's voice and put their face on another body, and they're standing there talking to you, and you'll think it was the president of the United States and never know the difference.
Great. That should like make for a lot of problems.
Yeah, exactly.
See, my kids did all, like when came time to hook my phones up or whatever, my kids did all that shit for me. Like, you know, like floundering, trying to figure it out. But I'm getting better.
I'm sorry this is taking so long. I want to show you this.
It's the first time I actually sat down all day to take a breath, so take your time. But it looks like it's gonna pour.
I'm trying. Like I said, I was very upset this morning. And the reason I was upset is because you were saying that you didn't say what you said. And if you still disagree with that, then I mean, I've got your clip pulled up so we can go and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
The chick said I said something else, and I was like, that's not what I just said. And because she was purposely, every time somebody would ask me something, I went to answer, she would like talk over me, and she even said she was doing it on purpose. And
Well,
after, like, right when you came up is when she kicked into high gear.
I'm not going to talk over you. And I ask that you, when I play your video, don't talk over the video. So
I have no problem with
everybody can hear what's said.
Okay.
God dang it. I know it's damn thing is in here. Anyways, like I was saying, it's now Ronnie Lawson sitting there in the mugshot.
Can I have a copy of that?
Sure.
Thank you. Oh, that's funny.
Just as soon as I find it all. Right here it is.
Mhm.
Okay. Watch me not be able to. Hang on.
And it looks like it's going to downpour any second out here. Huh.
Okay. Fixing to share this, and hopefully it won't screw up.
I'm going to be painting while you do that.
Were 8 and you had bad traits.
Why is it not showing up?
School and learn to go. What you wanna do? For you, the chosen that one. What you gonna do when they...
Where is the video?
It's on my channel.
Huh? No, I mean it's okay. There it is. There it is. There it is. Right there. Do you see it? It's not a clear picture because it's trying to. Huh?
That's cute.
But
That should be somebody's screensaver.
Go. You can go look on my channel and look up this thumbnail. The name of the video is just trying to the jumpsuit on for size. But that's a pretty damn good accurate fitting on Don Wells's body. Right there it is. Look.
Yeah.
You see how easy it is?
Don't he look like the Wizard of Oz?
Sort of.
Yeah, put like that big hat on him, and that's like the wizard dude.
But the point being is it's real easy to change faces and edit a video and edit a picture. That I'm sure, and trust me, that lady, she's a crazy one.
That's what that other chick said today. She's like, she I don't know, it was something. I think she said, I don't know, basically like everything she put out was like bullshit.
Well, pretty much everything that I saw that she put out, except for all that kind of stuff you're talking about, was somebody else's information. She would literally go and record somebody else's video that was on YouTube and then put it on her channel and say it was hers.
Neat.
Now,
what happened to her? I mean, like, is there a way to get hold of her? Like, maybe she'll.
She got striked. She got striked. I don't know. She's disappeared. Ain't nobody seen her.
No, I was just gonna say nobody knows her personally or whatever. That maybe we can get her to. No.
I don't know her personally, anyways.
I'm trying to think of where I like it. What I was watching that they said she was related to him.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Hopefully I got it at the right spot.
Could properly abuse your daughter without being disturbed.
Oh, okay. Come on. For heaven's sakes.
I think it's in the air because I couldn't get my other phone to connect, and it took me like almost 15 minutes to play with my phone.
There's something in that cave that's gonna tie you to it.
See, you're talking about the cave there.
That Shirley Jr.
was
standing in front of after he terrified your daughter at the watering hole. Did they go there for more privacy? So Shirley Jr. and H could properly abuse your daughter without being disturbed? In my opinion, yes. In my opinion, well, back to the fact that I don't think Summer is Candace's.
See, you do say you agree that that's what happened.
Jr. was standing.
I say, and if you go back to the beginning, I say if all these accusations and what are my exact words?
So Shirley Jr.
something like Don, if these accusations and associations are true, you are the most disgusting, vile human being I have ever heard of.
Right, but even though you're throwing the theory out there, you're agreeing that that's what happened. But just a
No,
second ago,
I'm
and not
okay.
trying to fight, but just a second ago, you just said that there was nothing mentioned about the cave. You just
About
said,
well, about
is it,
Hunter technically at the cave. But go ahead, listen to it, and then I'll answer you.
okay, but you say Sharpie's standing in front of the cave, and then you talk about Sharpie and Hunter going to the cave to be in a private area to do.
Abuse your daughter without being disturbed.
Him.
It's gonna tie you to it. Is that the cave that Sharpie Jr. was standing in front of after he terrified your daughter at the watering hole? Did they go there for more privacy so Sharpie Jr. and H could properly abuse your daughter without being disturbed? In my opinion, yes. In my
See? And that's what everybody's getting pissed about.
And I see the point in that. And if I hadn't said what, like I said, because in the beginning, I mean, I say it like clear all these scenarios. I think it's immensely disturbing that so many possibilities could possibly fit this kid. I mean, think about it. Any other missing kid, whether it's a family member or some lunatic or whatever, like you have one possibility that fits. There's so many with this, and so many people that they had around this kid that it's more or less, honestly, it's more or less me like dissecting how effed up they are with what
Well,
they
that's
expose their
fine.
kids to.
That's fine. And like I said, there's probably not anybody on YouTube that has as many theories out there as I do about what happened
Mhm.
to this child. But there are so many different theories that you could have come up with that you could have, or even if you had to put that theory out there, come up with a creative way to say it without saying that,
Well, I
without
did
putting
pose
his
it as a
name.
question.
And I don't even know what cave is near the pond. I don't.
I'm,
There's no
I'm
cave.
I'm glad you brought that up because ever since I seen that video, and even when the cotton stuff came out and they were showing Laurel Hill, I'm like looking at him. I'm like, that's not the cave Sharpie was standing in. You don't see Hunter after Sharpie's standing where Hunter was. You don't see Hunter again at all in the video, but you see Sharpie. He's ooh, he smiles, and then it turns around and you see Candace's face, and then it goes off. It comes back on, and Sharpie's standing in the opening of a cave, and he's standing there in his boxer shorts, and he's got like this really weird smile on his face. And when they were showing Laurel Run, is it? Yeah, Laurel Run. I was like, that's not it. You know what I mean? And then I was watching Don B's video the other night, and he went. I think it was like the second spot he stopped at when he was walking back there. And as soon as I seen that, it's like how do I describe it? It's almost like you know most um UFOs they say are like oblong and rounded. It's
Yeah.
looked like long, and I think maybe in the middle of it might be like 6, 7 foot, and as it goes in both ends, it comes down like this a little bit, and then it goes from like in the center, it's like this,
All
and
right.
then it comes down off the sides like that.
Okay. Good.
But and I don't put anything past Candace,
Okay.
anything at all.
So, hair curlers in crime. They've got a question. So, are you saying that Sharpie Jr. was at the horse pond, or are you getting it mixed up with Laurel Run?
When he first comes into view, Summer's in the water, and she jumps up out of the water, and like she's playing for a second, and she's standing there, and she goes like this, and she waves, and then she drops her hand kind of quick, like less than I want to say at the very most 5, 6 seconds into it. Like at that point, H is like half standing up for, it looks like he bent down to, I don't know, put a pack of cigarettes or something down. Like he half bent, stood up straight, smiled at the camera, walked into the water. He splashed the kid. She said, stop, whatever. And then that quick, Sharpie's standing there and smiles at the camera. Then it
So
goes,
who videotaped all this?
Candace. It's part of the horse pond video. I'm assuming, unless that chick imposed them or whatever in there.
Well, we know TBI has the horse pond video, and I'm sure they have from beginning to end the horse pond video. They have the knowledge.
Mhm.
They have the technology to go and retrieve any part of that might have been deleted.
Well, I think that, like, wouldn't they confiscate that anyway, like from the chick if they've seen that?
Yes,
on
yes, they
YouTube?
did.
Okay.
And yes, they did, and they would. So obviously, Sharpie Jr. wasn't in that video. Or I'm sure, yes, I know they keep everything from us, but I'm positive that if Sharpie Jr. had been in that video that last day, somebody would have heard about it by now.
I don't even know.
There are no waterfalls. There are no waterfalls.
I realize, but there is, like, I mean, it's closely related to where their house is. You know what I mean? That's closer than going. And I even say at one point, I said, what was the most time consuming of that day? Going to pick up H, because the waterfalls are right down the street from your house. So, you know what I mean? Like, if you were going to do some stupid shit like that, like, but unless it's imposed, he is standing there. He smiles at the camera. The lens goes black, comes back on, and he's standing in the waterfall that Don B was at the other day. Well, he wasn't there the other day.
Obviously means that Looney Tunes woman edited the whole thing, because that's what I'm trying to tell you. There are no caves at the horse pond. There are no waterfalls at the horse pond.
Well, I realize that, but I mean, it wouldn't be hard to get in the car and go. Like, that's on the way home, isn't it?
What, like, Laurel Falls? No.
Like, isn't it close to Candace's house?
I wouldn't say close to their house. I've looked it up. I can't quote right now, but I have mapped
like
it
5
out.
miles.
But it's not. Okay, so are you saying that that's where they went for the 2 hours that's missing?
Oh, I don't know. All I know is that Sharpie was in like a 2-second at the horse pond, because Summer was in the water playing, and it's the same logs and everything that are there in the water. Then it cuts off, and when it comes back in, Sharpie's standing in that cave that Don was at the other day in his boxer shorts, smiling. Because, like, let me tell you something. I wish I didn't see it, because it's been freaking haunting me for months. Like, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, what did this kid go through?
You're positive it was Sharpie, because obviously that video is not around any longer. You sure it couldn't have been Cameron, because Cameron's the only one that I know of besides Hunter himself who went to the falls with Candace and the kids.
You know, like, the difference between a man's body and a boy's body, even a boy's body who's close to, like, 16, 17, they're fluffy kind of, like, and I don't mean heavy, I just mean like babyish, like, you know what I mean?
Well, then obviously the only thing that Trisha could have done was edited that video.
Quite possibly, but I don't know.
I mean, you're saying yourself that Sharpie was only in that video for a few seconds
before
in front of a water fountain.
No, he was at the edge of the water at the Warriors. It showed him. He turned around and smiled. It went off. And then when it came back on, he was standing in front of the waterfall. And then right after it showed him for a minute with the goofy smile, then it turned around and panned at Candace for a second. And she had like this smug look on her face. Like, it was just really unnatural.
Okay.
But I didn't see
you need to take a poll on your channel and ask people put a poll on your community tab.
How do I do
that? You act like, do you have a community tab?
When I pull, like, when I hit my channel, community
Yeah, you
comes
go to
up.
the community. Okay, let's just do it right here. Everybody in chat, if you don't mind, there's 500 people in here. If
Damn.
I can't
How
remember
many
her
likes
chat,
you got?
the forgotten woman, you know,
How many
Trisha.
likes do you have?
How many I don't know. I need 200, guys.
There you go.
Put a 1 in chat if she should believe anything that Trisha put out there. Put a 2 in chat if she should not believe it.
I'm not sold on it, but you know, I did ask it as like a question. And honestly, like when I do them videos,
I know, but
I
you're
purposely try to get under his skin because I want him to get mad and start saying shit.
I understand what you're doing, and I do understand why you're doing it. But in the process of the way you're going through it, look at all the 2s, honey. The way you're going about it, if
I
you
can't
want
see
to, you can't see the chat.
it.
Well, I put it this way: I'm not seeing any ones
Where'd you go?
at all.
When
No
I hit
ones.
chat, you disappear.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and go look at chat.
Okay. What is screaming? Chat, studio, comment. Okay, well, you guys obviously know her then. I don't.
I believe you knocked yourself out of chat or off panel. I dropped the link for you again. Thank you guys for giving me your honest opinion about that. And now Trisha was just around when I first popped up and became a channel.
I told you I shouldn't touch it.
That's okay. Take my word for it. You can go back and watch the live.
I seen it. I seen it.
So what I'm saying is you're putting your reputation on something that this woman put out there. And there's nobody on YouTube streets that I know of. There may be a few, but not many, that will stand behind anything that woman says or anything she's ever put out.
Well, I have to agree with, like, anytime that I've asked about it, and I asked about it constantly because it like really messes with me. Everybody says some kind of stuff like that, like, you know, she's whacked, she's this or whatever.
And I will say this. I can't tell you what to do. You're a grown ass woman. But in my opinion, you should, and it would be very cordial of you to tell Andrew, you know, tell him you're sorry for slinging his son's name out there.
Did you? And I also told him that, you know, because he told me, you know, that's when he said about, you know, Doug said all that shit. I said, well, Andrew, I haven't really been on in the last 2 days, and that is not what I meant to. Like, that was not the goal of that video. Like, honestly, the mention of H was so minute in my brain, it didn't even compute. And since it's been there for like 2 months and nobody's ever said it, I don't even think it got any comments on it. Like, I didn't even think about it. But H was not the subject matter, I guess, you know. And if you listen to it, like, you know, when you're done with your life or whatever, listen to it from the start. You'll hear me talk about, and if anything that I confirm I might believe more than anything was the Donna Sortofino, because I'm like, you know, Donna, it seems kind of funny. She found this Tylee and JJ, and then the way she depicted what happened this summer, and she mentions the, you know, a man wearing a mask, and your ex-son-in-law just got popped because he wears a mask while he, you know, does shit to kids. And I said, kind of funny. It's like, it seems like Donna might be onto something, right down to the man with the mask.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, I was, you know, getting a couple ideas. Like, if I really thought that kid had anything to do with it, like, you know, I wouldn't talk to Andrew for one. But I think that kid was caught up in her fucking, and I think he was played that day just for somebody to see him in that truck. So,
well,
you know what I mean?
I'm not. Now I have nothing against Andrew whatsoever. I mean, he always shows me respect. I show him respect. I'm not trying to take up for him. I'm just saying that's just the right thing to do.
And I even asked him if he wanted me to take it down. And he's like, no. I'm like, you sure? And he's like, nah, don't worry about it. I'm like,
right.
I was like, you know, prepared to take it down.
It's already
what?
out
I'm
there.
sorry.
I'm sure there's 500
All right,
copies that have
but
already
in
been
my
sold.
defense, it was out there for 2 months and nobody even noticed it until Mr. Meteor decided to mess with me for like 48 hours, and I figured out who he was, and I pretty much told him, like, go home, you got to make your bed and put your toys away before mommy makes you dinner. But
And on that part, I agree with you. That's who I believe
well,
that is.
and he went and he stirred his regular, people up, like, oh, she's saying this or she's meaning that. Like, honestly, when I say things to Don, yeah, I mean it like to be like a total bitch, but I wouldn't throw a kid in there like that. I did pose it as a question just to, because, it's a thought, and a lot of freaking things are that shouldn't be. You know what I mean? But I did not direct that like towards Andrew, or I mean not Andrew, the kid, H. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I did say it that way to antagonize Don. Like, you know what I mean? You should have been so pissed off when I said some shit like that, that like you started spouting off at me, or you like you have no reaction. Fred says that your kid's in the cave, you don't act, react to that. Other people say like this happened to her, that happened, like she got hit by a truck, she got hit by like all this shit, and you don't have the slightest reaction. There's something seriously wrong with that.
Well, another word that I will slide your way that you might want to start using is diddle. Diddle
Do
is a
what?
much more
Diddle.
diddle. Diddle. Diddle. Look up the definition.
Oh, I know. That's I mess with them about diddling the dog.
It's a much more appropriate word to put in your title than what's up there.
And then, like, the chick kept saying that was like that, because when she said, "Do you know what the title was?" and I'm like, "Actually, it's been a couple months and a lot of shit's happened now." And then when she told me it, I'm like, and that's what Don was doing. Like, you know what I mean? When you describe what 40 years later, and you describe every detail like it just happened and it's the girl's fault, and you know what I mean? That's really freaking disgusting, dude. There's no, like, maybe I could have put different terminology in there, but there's no way anybody should accept hearing that from him and think that he's not what he just told you he is.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to get you to see why people are this morning, especially why everybody was going. They don't like hearing whatever it was that you said that Dawn had done to the baby. Talking about and trying to put this delicately, talking about it.
That's what she had said wrong, and that's why I got pissy with her, because she had said something I didn't say, and I said, that's not what I said. I didn't say anything about moaning or ganging anything, and I told her what I did say, and it was kind of on the same subject matter, but it was different. I didn't say what she said, and the way she kept
basically Lips was paraphrasing this morning when she didn't have the actual words right in front of her.
Why?
She was paraphrasing, and
why?
Why?
Well, she was so disturbed by what I had said and stuff, but she just stated 2 seconds before she hadn't even seen it. You haven't even seen it. Now you just flat out said how it made you feel.
I've not seen the whole thing
didn't
either.
Even see it, and she's like trying purposely. And two days ago, I was in a full conversation with her because I was on Andrews, and she started telling me how she's being bullied about some girl and she's bullying her kids. And I was in a conversation with her for like an hour in reference to, why would you, if you already had this in mind and I somehow inadvertently offended you, why would you use your kids to promote the fact that I shouldn't mention a kid and then in a hypothetical situation? And then every time, like, I would go to answer, she purposely, and she was saying like stupid shit, like, "Oh yeah, give me permission," because that's really an adult. What are you going to accomplish? You know what I mean? And then when you came on, she like just between the kids screaming in the background, her screaming, and then you coming on, I couldn't hear a damn word. And she turned around and said she was doing it on purpose. So, like, I'm
Well,
supposed to
I
respect
do.
her.
I do apologize. I
No,
normally,
you're fine.
unless it's with about Dawn and the
Mm,
toilet deal, I normally don't lose my cool like that.
I know. And I've said that when the girl contacted me about, coming on here. She's like, Nana, I was like, and she started telling me, no, Nana's really nice. But I'm like, I've talked, Nana, do you remember the girl who told you the easy off story?
The what?
The easy off story.
Yes.
That's me.
No way.
Yes way.
Okay. Yeah, I remember the easy
Mhm.
off.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
like, I obviously don't have a problem with you. I've come on your, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
even if I was offended by what you said today, you said it in a manner that was, you don't like me and you come to me and say it in the way you just conducted yourself. I'm going to give you more props for, standing your ground.
Right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate
Like,
that. I appreciate that.
yeah, but like, she's in there acting like she's like devastated over what I said. At the same time, she's stating she didn't even see it. And then she got a message from somebody, which took what I said completely out of context and words I would never use. They're just not in my vocabulary. And I'm like, that is not what I said. Yes, you did. I'm like, keep screaming all you want because I know what the frig I said. You know what I mean? I'm not going to deny what I said. Like, and in hindsight, yeah, it probably was in poor taste and, whatever. I have no problem agreeing with that. I do have a problem with, people trying to bully me. Like,
What are we looking at? I have to ask. I'm sitting here
what?
trying to figure it out.
What?
What
Behind me? Oh, hold on.
where the camera's pointed? Do you have your phone laid down or do you have it facing
Oh,
you?
are you facing me or the ground? Like this thing up
It's
here?
frozen. It looks like
All right,
a wig of a witch hunter or a witch doctor.
hold on, let me squeeze out of here for a second. I'm painting a table.
I mean, it's
It's my
frozen on my hand, evidently.
see it? It's like my swing, like my glider swing, and I'm sitting here painting it. I have the front camera on, right? Yeah, sitting here painting a table on my glider swing. That's right. When I go like this, is that what you're talking about? The roof?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the top to the
Well,
glider.
no, I mean it's still the screen is froze up, evidently.
Still? How about now?
No, it still froze up.
There's two pictures of me. Should I like close one?
Oh no, you're fine. Leave it where it is. It's fine. I'm
Okay.
just saying it's
All
a
right.
weird looking picture
Yeah.
where it's
Well,
froze.
I'm weird looking. But yeah, I'm sitting on a glider swing that has a roof thing on top, not a roof, like a lean-to type thing. Let me see. Go ahead. Stop.
Discovering. If you see that's up there, take it down wherever it's at. No, I did not post anything. No, I did not authorize anything to be posted. I do not post that kind of stuff, and you know that.
Well, somebody when I was on air just this morning, like they ran it with like something Benny came up with or whatever. I'm like, yeah, okay, because like find me in a bar. Good luck.
Right.
I'm a barfly and a floozy. I'm like, okay.
Discovering, I think you're jumping the gun. I was answering a question for Dawn. To me. I get it's probably not frozen for you guys, but for some reason on my end, the picture is frozen and y'all wouldn't. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's creepy looking.
I'm trying to think of what you're looking at.
Can y'all see it?
This. Hold on. Let me
No,
sit back
it
where I
won't.
was. So, hold on, like this. Oh, damn it! This freaking phone. No, let you go. Damn it!
I don't know if y'all seen it or not, but it's creepy looking.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Somehow the picture thing went away though. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. I went to move. I stood up and now it's like on your chat, but yeah, the picture thing's gone because I sat back down where I was because like so you could see what you were looking at before I stood up, but I hit the button.
Okay. Anyways, getting back to the conversation.
Mhm.
So everything that you put in that video, basically, you're basing on Trisha's old video that you saw.
Oh, not everything, just that one part. Yes. Well, that and like just the way Candace has made a couple, like, well, I don't know what the age was. Why would you even imply that?
Thank you, Gwen. I appreciate that, hon. Okay, so just that one part's what you based it on, and what Candace has said. But and I'll get back to. I mean, like I said, I'm not taking up for Candace, but I think she's tried to set him up to be a fall guy. I think she's, either had him lie to say he was there when he wasn't, something like that. But I swear I've never heard her say or think that she's ever. I can't even talk. I've never heard her imply that he's ever tried to hurt someone. So that blew my mind, and I wanted to get the air cleared, because like the fact that you were saying that you didn't say that yes, you believe that was true. What obviously and you keep saying go back to the beginning of the video, but somebody that's already watched the beginning of the video, when they get to that part, they're not going to be thinking about what you said in the beginning of the video. Do you hear me? Hello? Okay, well, you can try to come back if you want to. Are you there? Okay, I think she got knocked off somehow. All right. You want to come up here real quick? Because I'm not understanding what you're saying. You're lying. Who's lying about what? I dropped the link, hon. Hey. Oh, you got to turn something off.
Oh, what is that? Oh,
You have something playing in the background or something.
let's see.
Did you get it fixed? No.
Is it done?
No.
Wow.
Act right. Are you going to jump up here?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's echoing. Hey, hon. Oh, Lord. Hello. Can you hear me?
Me?
Yeah. No, not
Yes.
you. Act right. Can you hear me? Nope. I can't hear you.
Stop.
Knowledge, you've got to do something with that. You've got something on.
I walked like 20 feet away from where I was sitting. I don't know. Ooh.
Stop turning the mic on. I'll check here in a minute as soon as you get through fixing it. Am I still echoing, Dippy? Or Robin, or whoever it is that's asking? That's knowledge that's echoing, not me, I don't believe. Your entire screen just went black. Hello.
Oh God, hi. How are you?
I'm fine. What you doing?
Trying to get Ethel to leave me the hell alone.
Listen to Nana run her mouth. I heard it in the background.
So,
Do you want-
is it still echoing?
No, it's not echoing now. It was whoever was up here. Ecta said he was listening to Nana run her mouth in the background.
Yeah, I heard him. Okay. Did you get it fixed?
I think.
You did. It's not echoing.
All right, I went out and then came back in. That's what it is.
Hang on one. Dippy, can you take over for just 1 second?
Sure. You sure? What's up, everybody? Hope y'all are all having a great evening tonight.
Puppies, you're going in a couple minutes. Oh, I see.
Dawn, Sheriffy, there's two of them. There's a senior and a junior. And the junior was brought up for having child ungood pictures, put it that way. But he's a very sketchy kid too at that. Just saying.
Do you know he was a prison guard?
Who?
Sheriff Jr.?
Now what?
I wouldn't doubt it. Like,
Yeah,
they hire anybody.
I heard that like a week or so ago, I think.
Now what are we talking about, guys?
Sheriff
Sheriffy
Jr. was a sheriff guard for a while. Like
No,
after
Dawn
he came
said
home
she
from the
never
military, I
heard of
believe.
him before, so I was trying to. Sheriffy Senior was the guard, not the junior.
Yeah. Well, I knew he was, but I could have sworn I seen
I don't know.
that he was up for a little bit of time, right when he came home from the military.
Okay. Anyways. So was there anything else you wanted to get out, knowledge, that you wanted to say, that you wanted people to understand, or?
Well, no, I mean, like, I think I pretty much covered it, and Andrew and I spoke about it, and he seemed to understand. Like my point wasn't to make it, bad on H. It was a couple scenarios, and yeah, I agree with you. I probably could have said it a little differently, but it wasn't done deliberately. And as far as I'm concerned, I think it's a freaking shame that the kid's even tied into the freaking mess.
I agree.
And I think she did that on purpose. I think the whole point of going and getting him that day was to cover her ass.
Listen, everybody understands. People on my panel, you show respect so that they can talk. I'm dropping the link. Dawn, if you want to come up, you're more than welcome to. I'd love to hear what you got to say. Now, we can get back to this. Sorry, I wasn't meaning to interrupt what you were saying.
You talking to me or someone?
You.
Yeah. Just saying that, definitely was not to incriminate 8 so much as it was to, I think I covered like 3 scenarios in that conversation.
Right.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Sorry.
Did you finally get your thing to work?
Yes, after 2 phones and a laptop later. Okay, I wasn't calling you a liar. I just didn't want you to get caught in a lie. You stated that Candace had never said that Dawn was going to intentionally hurt Summer. That is not true, because on a 911 call, Candace is standing there screaming, "He's going to effing rape her," talking about
Jennifer, you can't say
Ma'am,
that
are you
on
talking
here.
to me?
Oh, that R word. No, rap. Can you say rap?
Yeah, you can say rap.
Okay,
But
rap.
are you referring to me?
No, I'm talking
Okay.
to a while ago. There was before I could get up here 3 phones later, there was a statement made that she had never heard Candace say
Okay.
that Dawn,
No,
you
she
know,
said H.
I
That
heard
H had,
Dawn.
she never heard Candace say that H had ever tried to hurt Summer.
Okay,
No,
I
no.
misheard
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
I heard Dawn. So okay, I just didn't want that to get out there, and it sounded okay. But anyway, Knowledge, nice to meet you. Good
Nice to
talking
meet
to
you.
you.
Who are you?
You've talked to me before now.
What's your name?
We ain't gonna discuss that. It's act right, people, tonight.
Actually,
It
that's
may
not
be,
what's on the screen.
it's Jennifer. It don't matter. It's Jennifer
Oh,
Woody.
email.
Yes,
Hello,
I'm the
how are you?
one that talk. Yeah, I'm the one that talked you into this mess.
It's okay. I mean, I'd
Well, I
rather
mean, it
clear it
gives
up
a
than,
chance to show a different side of you.
huh?
It gives the chance to show that there is a different side of you. And people, just because somebody's jumping around on camera, hey, you get a little nervous when your face is sticking out there and you ain't used to being a crazy or who's on here every night popping it, you know.
Yeah, and people don't talk back when you're talking to the camera. Like, it's kind of awkward.
You've been frozen, honey. You've been lagging.
Still,
No, I
I
don't
don't know.
think it's
We're
on.
fixing to
You're
get a
fine.
storm.
You're fine now.
But yeah, I'd much rather have somebody, if they think I meant something that I didn't or whatever, ask me about it, then just assume it. And then, I walk into like the fire today, like, wait a minute, what the hell's going on? You know what I mean? So, like,
Yeah,
I'd much
I
rather
got to
have
admit
somebody
it.
ask me.
You sure had it. I mean, you sure got caught this morning. I can guarantee you that. I mean,
Well, and then I think, I don't know how, but like why I just reminded you, but the same thing kind of happened in Daisy's
Knowledge,
sister's house
hold
the other
on.
day.
Knowledge, hold on. I don't mean to interrupt you. Hold on one second. Don Wells backup. Either that's Don Wells or it's Dumb Tim. Either way, we would love to hear the truth. Are you willing to tell it?
Who's Don Kim?
I said Don Wells or Dumb Tim.
Oh, okay.
Because it says Don Wells backup.
Well, if Don Wells is on here, baby, pop it on the panel. I'll show my face, you show yours.
We don't attack. We do not bash.
No, we just want to hear his side of things in appropriate manner.
Well, that's
I
too
would
bad.
love a straight answer.
Obviously, that's Tim Mullins.
Oh, that lovely individual.
Well,
I guess he's innocent today. That man went from my lighter being a gun to a puppy mill breeder. My fat dogs have parvo and they're neglected. To a barfly and a hussy, all in 24 hours. Like,
don't
dude,
forget
for
you
real.
live in a tent.
Right.
Or so they say.
Nothing but a troll. If Tim, what he is saying is evil and disgusting. Oh, I'd love to have Tim Mullins up here on panel too. Trust me.
But he's a mod on Daisy's.
I don't think it's either of them, Don or Tim. I mean, I know what you meant discovering. Jackie says Tiny Tim. Tim the Tool Man. Well, I guess we lost Jennifer.
Timmy in the well. Lassie pushed him.
The account literally said it sold Summer. Either it's confession day or it's a troll. I'll roll with the latter.
They just popped like 52 people today, and they recovered 200 trafficking victims
Yeah,
and 50
I posted
people
that.
that were reported missing.
I posted on my community tab about that, or shared it on my community tab.
That's some shit.
I'm just praying and hoping that Summer may be in that group.
Right? I mean, I hate to think of her being in that group, but in the same aspect, like, you know, at least if she was, she's now safe and has a chance at life.
Right. Now they say you're tweaking. I guess they need to start preparing for a
I
fake
know.
swap.
I must be women.
I don't know why anyone would want to talk to either one of them. They both just spew lies. Because I'm in a mood today. That's why I want one of them up here. Donna's afraid to tell the truth. He knows what will happen. Ask Ro if I'm not in a mood today.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about this morning.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't really get a chance to hear you because the other chick was like screaming. I'm like, what? I didn't even really comprehend you had said it was Nana until you had already like went back off. I was like,
yeah. I'd be pretty much interested in Ohio and Tennessee children that were missing if they were found. I live in Ohio and it's very high in Amber Alerts.
Everywhere is nowadays. It's really scary.
Nana's in a mood. Let me tell you, Nana's in a mood. I'm telling you, I cannot wait for Nana After Dark because I'm either going to be in so much trouble or I'm going to be so dang popular that I won't be able to handle the damn chat. Because trust me, some of my deepest, most feelings are going to be coming out. I can't do it on Nana's Angels, but Nana After Dark, I can say it like it is and not feel bad about it.
Well, see, that's kind of, you know, part of how I got myself in trouble because, like, I sit here and I watch everybody like laugh and joke with them, and like it's just this light conversation, and I'm sitting here thinking, how many times did he tell that story and deflect them details? Like that's really sick. Like,
hey, Debbie's wanting to know about those
like that.
pictures. Debbie's wanting to know about those pictures you sent Dawn.
Who sent pictures?
She says, Nana's Angels, can you ask Knowledge is Power about them pictures she sent Dawn?
What picture? I didn't send him anything. How would I get in hold of him?
I don't know. I don't know what pictures she's referring to.
What pictures? And I really think it's Timmy.
Well, Nana, you've always talked respectful to DW, in my opinion, but it's time. Nana After Dark. Yes. I agree, darling.
What kind of pictures? Like, and let me tell you something right now. If you went into my shit, Tim, and you did some skeevy shit, I'm guarantee you're not going to have a peaceful solution to it. Your mom seems like a very nice woman. I don't know how you came out to be so shady.
We will get out a intro and the link for Nana After Dark tomorrow, guys. I promise.
Does that mean I don't get to find out if it's the picture? Kind of curious.
What? No, they were asking me for my Nana's After Dark link. Summer Life Matters. If you have something to say to me, would you like to come up on panel and say it? So Nana's going to exploit Summer with 2 channels now.
What? Oh, God. Do you ever think sometimes when this pops off that, like, you're getting close because, like, the hornet's nest is swarming and grasping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What one of my mods, whichever one wants to do it, can you please get rid of this person? I don't need somebody like that in my chat. And I'm not being a daisy cow. I'm not being anything like that. But I'm not gonna have somebody sitting around literally in my face saying that I'm exploiting Summer. I don't even make but a couple of $100 a month off of my channel.
No, I won't even put her name in my titles. Like, you know what I mean? And
When,
like, I hear so much. I'm taking advantage of this. I'm like, really? Because all I'm doing is like watching everything that has, pertains to her, and trying to figure out why so much of this puzzle is put together, but there's still a couple pieces missing that don't seem to fit anywhere.
okay. Debbie says, Nana's Angels. It was said that knowledge is power sent on inappropriate pictures. Can you tell us who said that?
Seriously, Nana, let me just say this, okay? I don't know if anybody else has imagined, like, put this together in your mind's eye right now. Picture Don. Kind of remind you of an albino rat. Does me.
Okay.
And I live in a very decent house, and I have plumbing, and I don't have exposed wires, and I don't have an old man who takes off for days at a time and, comes home with the need for penicillin for everybody. Why would I send him any kind of pictures? I wouldn't send him a picture of my dog. Maybe that's nuts.
Imagine if Don was just in here and confused.
I'd be confused if I was him too. If, supposedly I'm sending him pictures, somebody's confused. And let's get to the bottom of that, like we just got to the bottom of this.
Exactly, because that's how you do get to the bottom of it, and you get over arguments and fights. You sit down and you discuss it, and you let each other talk and have a say.
Now you sound like an immature adult.
Nana After Dark will be on this channel for members only. I've only said this for the past week and a half. I am not speaking of myself in a third time. Oh Lord, Nana's After Dark needs to do something for the members of this channel. I don't really like it, but I have to do something for my members. So I am doing a Nana's After Dark, and it will be for members only. There will not be another link. It'll be this channel. So now, if you want to say I'm exploiting for that too, go ahead.
Well, can I charge for my pictures?
If you have pictures and you want to charge for them, I'm assuming you have more than
I don't even have any that I sent to anybody I like, let alone send some to Don. I've gained a couple pounds in the last year. I'm not taking any pictures that
You're one of them. You're one of them ones that he's saying, these are not the droids you're looking for. I'm telling you.
I am a full human being, and I thoroughly pissed Timmy off, and he's he appears to me, and here again, this is my opinion, a very manipulative, squirrely, spineless little start fires here and run home.
Loving Life 333. Now this is going to be a new rumor. It's going to be on YouTube in the morning, so get ready for it. Knowledge. Did she send him sexy pics of her dog?
Do what?
Did she send him sexy pics of her dog?
Yeah, I did. I couldn't help it. Yeah. I figured, after hearing the dog diddling story, he might find it attractive. Who knows? No, I didn't send nothing. I have no way of contacting him. Matter of fact, I was on
yes, beautiful sunflower. Sweet. Yes, it was said about PG about
smiling.
The nudies.
I was on her like a week or so ago, and Don came up, and I was joking when the phone rang. I was like, "Is that Don?" And I told her that if he had contacted her, give him my number, but I don't have any way of contacting him, and he hasn't contacted me. I sure as hell ain't sent no pictures.
Wasn't the same said about PG, also about nudies? Shaking my head. I do not believe Dawn got any pics from these women.
I have tattoos in spots that you can't see in normal clothes, but every quarter of my body has a distinguished tattoo on it. So if there's more than 6 inches of flesh, there's a tattoo. My back's completely covered. Ooh, that's gross. Just thinking of that. Jesus. Ew.
Y'all grow up, please. Quit with Dawn and the dog. It's gross and disturbing. Y'all are being nasty.
Come here, buddy. You feel better?
Got to listen to your mods, guys. They are here to assist you in any way, but you also have to respect what they say too.
Well, and I just remember something else. Part of why I was already in the mood this morning, because I stopped in the chat. I haven't been in a while, on the way to the shower the other day. As I'm like just getting in there, I see somebody post something about me, and then pretty much say that we were going to throw knuckles. I'm like, all right, I'm down. And then next thing I know, like every one of the people in the thing were saying I threatened somebody. I'm like, what part? Like, you didn't just hear that, but I'm threatening somebody. Okay.
It's terrible the way people want to talk to DW, especially women, and summer is forgotten.
Well, I agree, women are maternal. Maybe they feel a little extra sensitive for this baby.
They're saying that y'all all have some secret lust for Dawn, is what she's saying.
Well, unless Dawn is hung like 27 horses, I don't know how we're like connected from New Jersey to Tennessee.
Hey, let's watch how we say things. This is Nana's Angels.
I was trying to be careful, but I mean, there's that.
You didn't
Dawn and I hook up.
Say the word, but it's what you said. It's sort of graphic, you think? But no, that's what they're saying, is because all you women have this hang up about him.
My hang up about him is like, and maybe I'm a little super sensitive because I lost 2 kids, but purely as like a mom thinking like, this poor kid, like, what the, you know what I mean? Like, I can't get my head around it. And I am very curious to get into his head, and I mean, if he was ever going to like answer something, I have so many questions I'd want to ask him. Like, for one, like you admit to these stories, right? And nobody's supposed to treat you as if you're what you pretty much claimed you are by telling those stories. You've never had counseling. You've never went to any kind of rehabilitation for these actions. So you're complacent in that spot, which means you're probably going to do it again.
Julie, I don't understand what you're saying. OMG, that's disrespectful to the guest. Grow up. What did I say to the guest that was disrespectful and that I need to grow up from? I don't get it.
I wonder if people spend as much time bickering on like trying to find this baby if we'd find her by now.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Okay, thank you. Because I didn't understand what you were saying. That's why I was asking. I don't know, hon. I don't. If everybody... Can one of the mods remove that comment, please? Not him, just a comment. Don may be a KILR, and I would never want to be around him. Legit full moon, is it, Justin?
I think it passed.
No, not you. Those that are disrespectful to the guest. Oh, okay. Chat, please remember to dress up swear words for, yes, terms of service. I don't know why I can't ever remember that. Wait a second. You just said you lost your two kids, not being nosy. So I'm not asking how you lost them, but you're also judging others who lost their kids. People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
I never told a detailed story about raping my sister.
About what?
Raping my sister.
You can't say the R word on here. You know that, right?
Oh, sorry. See, I don't know these things. I don't mean to say it offensively, but What do you say instead of that word?
R or
R.
abused
Okay.
or essayed.
Okay.
So I don't, but she was asking a question, but that didn't make any sense.
I was.
I don't, how is what happened to your sister why your children got took? I mean, you could say you don't want to talk about it. That's fine. It didn't, it didn't click here. It didn't make sense to
Are
me.
you asking me or
You, yes, you.
yeah? How do I think that?
Well, I dropped the link if you wanted to come back up. But I wasn't trying to be rude or disrespectful or anything, but that just really did not make sense. Amy Lou says her children passed. Okay. But still, that she could have said that she didn't want to say. I'm just saying what she responded did not have any connection to what the question was. And I'm sorry, Ro, about your children. If that's true, hon. She's talking about Don saying that about his sister. Oh, okay. I don't know where she went. I dropped the link for her to come back up. She doesn't have a missing child, so no glass house. Nana, you were not being rude. You're one of the most fairest, honest creators out here. Thank you, Plant Diva. I appreciate that, hon. Survivor 67, I have no idea. And I don't know this woman's story. I'm just trying to say bashing the parents and others around ain't finding summer. Okay, were you talking about what Don did to his sister? Or were you talking about your sister and what happened to her?
No, I was. I thought you had said. Somebody said, what happened with your sister
No,
apply
no,
to
no.
what?
They said what was said was that you said that you lost your children.
Yes,
So
two of them.
why were you saying you're bashing parents who if you've lost your own children, how can you sit and bash somebody else? But then somebody said that your children had passed.
Two of my children have passed, and
Okay. So
whether
she
they
did
had
not
or not,
understand that.
if somebody in my family told me a story like he talks about, like I don't see how that's relevant to my kids passing, but it's relevant to at least my opinion of what he's capable. I mean, you did that when you were young, and you've had no counseling or rehabilitation for it. Is that still not part of your personality?
Right. But no, she wasn't trying to be disrespectful. She was just trying to make the connection, just like I was a minute ago when I thought you said your sister had been And I didn't understand the connection between that and you not having your children. So.
Oh, I might have, like right before that, I said I might be a little extra sensitive because I lost 2 of my children, like the summer thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, once like you sit and you listen to somebody depict a story like that and they're missing a child that happens to be the same age that he seems to prefer, that's kind of creepy-ish. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I think I speak a foreign language.
Can somebody drop Shay's link in here, please? Lisa Laney says she's sorry about the passing of your 2 children.
Can I get pictures of you, Buster? Make a boy?
That did happen, Dawn. Okay, Loving Life 333. She has made a few good points from the little I've seen of her content. Listen, I'm not bashing knowledge for what she's trying to accomplish. And I
thank you.
May not agree with, but I understand the technique that she's going about trying to get there. I just think that she needs to pay closer attention to the wording of stuff and how she goes about explaining her theories.
So you wish I was more politically correct?
Well, no, hell no. I don't like that damn word. I hate it when people tell me to be more politically correct. Good God. I was raised in a time where you could actually say words and not be jumped on by your grandkids because you're being politically incorrect or you're being racist or you're being this or it don't matter what I say. 5 years ago, it didn't matter what I said or how I acted or anything. I was being accused of being racist because that's what they were
very
learning.
sensitive nowadays.
That's all kids are learning in school, or that was 5 years ago. Everybody's racist.
Yeah. That's just not good.
Shay says don't put filth on Summer, though.
Don't put what on Summer?
Shay, would you like to join us? But no bashing nobody. Not saying that you would. I'm just saying. No screaming, yelling, fighting, no cat fights, no nothing like that.
I missed one word out of that sentence.
Out of Shay's, she said don't put filth on Summer, though.
Oh, I agree.
Shay, I dropped the link. I don't have a clue where it went.
I would love to not even have to contemplate any of these messed up scenarios. Like, it's just, I don't know. I've never even heard of anybody, like, kids disappearing and they don't seem to, like, it doesn't bother them. I'm like, I could have never left that property, I think. I think I would have been there.
Thank you, Michelle. Shay says, no, I can't tonight, but I'd like to later if it's okay. No, absolutely. You're more than welcome anytime. All you got to do is step in here and say, drop the link. Trevor and Justin and everybody else knows that. All you got to do is say, drop the link, Nana, and I'll drop it. This channel belongs to everybody, even if you're a creator. Not just me, it belongs to everybody, and everybody has a right to their say and their thoughts and their theories in here. Yes, Michelle, thank you again, honey. I'm sorry I just said thank you and then skipped right on by. Thank you so much for the membership. Okay, the yins are not talking to me. Dippy's dropping links for you guys, right? Knowledge is power. Were you around about there when Rose got gone?
What? No.
So you don't know Dawn and Candace at all?
Never. Ever. No. I mean, I used to live in southwestern Virginia for a long time, but and I used to go to the auction down there to buy horses, but I have no knowledge of them too, except for on here. And most, I mean, most of my knowledge about them, because in the beginning of this case, I was just like, I don't know how to explain it, just coming out of like my stupor or whatever you want to call it from losing the kids. Like I wasn't really paying attention to a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Lady Q, she has admitted that there may have been lapse in her thinking. She's already admitted that, but I'll read her statement anyways. It says, at least online, we should taste our words before we spit them out.
I think that's a big lesson everybody learned today, right?
Right. I've asked her that same question too already, LOL, when I first saw her. What question, Mama Bear?
Oh, do I know Don? Everybody asked me that.
Oh. Well, honey, I got to tell you, and you know I'm not going to lie to you. When there's plenty of times you're sitting on them back steps and you're talking, and it sounds like you're just talking to your old man and telling him that he needs to let his wife know that, you know, that you're in the picture and you're not going nowhere.
Oh, no. I for a minute, I was going to agree with you because I do talk to him like he's my old man, because that's kind of why I feel like I kind of feel familiar with him, because he's almost the same reptilian as my long ago ex.
The oven cleaner guy.
Yes.
The oven cleaner guy.
Yes. Yes. I mean, it like same exact person, different first name, but he was better looking.
Don Wales or your husband?
At least he had that going. My husband. Never been partial to the very, very blonde, light skin kind of, you know.
No.
I don't know why.
No.
I always tend to go for either dark hair or gingers.
Mine's dark hair, blue eyes, or brown eyes. Green eyes. It really doesn't matter about the eyes. But they got to be tan.
My first had green eyes. I stay away from them. Blue's fine. No green.
Peas, especially since they tried to say it was stolen, like they were making an excuse before the facts came out against them. Oh, what? Leah, what are you talking about? Oh, it's going to drive me crazy because I ain't going to find the first part of that conversation. Yeah, I know. Right there. That's the next comment up. Oh, that's going to drive me nuts.
Daddy, what are you looking for? You want to go back in there?
Camera.
Come on, I'll do it.
You think knowledge is funny?
Come on, Daddy. Thank you.
Lori,
all but the summer subject. Like I try to be humorous, but you know, when it comes to summer, like, it's not real funny unless it's like little slide remarks I'm making at Dawn. But that's purely for instigation.
Jackie, you've got one blue and one green. That's awesome.
Does she have a cataract?
Huh? No, I think she literally has one blue.
My friend had that.
They have one blue and one green. A lot was saying.
A friend of mine had that and they had a welding amber in their like splinter in their eye.
Right.
Kind of gross.
Dee Dee just trying to clear up a lot of misinformation. Yes. And for the ones who did not hear, and if you were in here on my chat last night, Andrew did call Allie today and clarified that what Sherry told JLR on the sidewalk about the little girl who went to Dawn's and then wound up in an institution for the rest of her life, he got that, well, as good as you can get it cleared up from his position. But Allie says you can't trust what her mom says, and that no, there is no Michelle Mulvaney, whichever their last name is. I can't ever remember.
Somebody jumped on me in my chat, and I don't know, probably a week or so ago. Somehow that subject came up, and they said that the child was no longer in that facility. So I don't know it to be accurate, but they're like, she is not. She went home. I'm like, all right.
I feel like everyone could use a good smoke right now. So I tried to use the airport for misplacing my luggage. I lost my case.
You want me to tell them about the easy off?
Do y'all want to hear about the easy off? She's brought it up enough. Are y'all interested? It is a hilarious story. You got to keep it clean though, but it is a hilarious story.
All right. Well, as we, clarified, my first ex was
okay. Wait a minute. First of all, you got to stand still.
I'm sitting down. So he was not a very desirable person, and he would disappear for days, weeks at a time, and then come home and fight with me. So I knew he was messing around, but he was slick. I couldn't catch him. So this is so bad, but it worked. I put Easy Off in my hand, and I gave him a massage. And a few days later, he had these lesions, like open sores, like lesions all over a delicate area. And I took him to the doctor, and the doctor was examining him. And of course, they did the cultures and everything, which they had to wait a couple of days for it to come back. But the doctor pretty much told him that syphilis, and because of the potential harm to other people, you have to divulge who you've been with. And if you do not, and somebody turns up to been affected and had contact with you that you didn't put on that list, it's like, I think he said it was like some kind of felony or whatever. So my husband wrote the list, and I looked at it, and then by the time you get the cultures back and you go back into the office, well, we go in and we're sitting there, and the doctor's actually examining them, and he's like looking down, and he's kind of like looking mystified, and he keeps going about it, what he's doing. And he's like, Mr. Jace, like, I've never seen anything like that. Oh, I just doxed myself. He says, I've never seen anything like this. It kind of appears like it's recessing, like your sores are going away. I don't understand this. Well, I started chuckling, and my husband turned around and he's like, what'd you do? And I'm like, Easy Off. And the doctor just stood there and looked at me like, oh my God. But yeah, it worked, and it didn't do any permanent damage, but I got the answers I needed.
Exactly. And if y'all didn't find that funny, then you ain't never been married to a creep that cheats on you. I find it hilarious, and that would be a awesome way to get them to confess. I'm sorry.
Oh. And I worked at a church, so like he would show up after being gone for like days, and he would show up at my job and come in with the attitude like I'm wrong, and like start growling at me, and I'm like trying to not respond at the church, you know what I mean, because you really can't. But in the same token, I'm like, how many times are we gonna pull this? Like, by the time I get home, he disappears, so I like couldn't even argue back, let alone anything else. I'm like, buddy. And my church, like, they're like, oh, Tina, he can't be doing. I'm like, oh, there we go again. I'm like, why can't he? You know what I mean? Where's he at all the time? But,
knowledge. I got two things for you. One, either can you sit down and hold your phone still, because there's people that have like epilepsy and stuff, and with you moving around and stuff.
I'm sorry, I was
either that or turn your camera on. Turn your camera off. And 2, Discovering says, Nana, I've seen comments in chat saying she lives in the vicinity of Beach Creek. Ask her if it's true.
Oh my God. Look, I live right outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I live in New Jersey, little town between Deptford, New Jersey, and Cherry Hill. And I was born in Philadelphia, raised in Laurel Springs, New Jersey, and I moved down south for quite a few years. But I mean, I think the closest I ever even lived to that vicinity was Halifax County, which I would say is a good maybe 2 hours ish away from Bristol and Kingsport, where the horse auction is.
Yeah.
And I've been through Tennessee once or twice, but I have no, and I don't do this often, but I am going to say this just so everybody understands the velocity of this. On my children, I don't know those people. I mean, I feel like I know him because, you know, I kind of
Right.
have somebody a lot like him, but I don't personally know them, either one of them at all. I don't even know the
Okay.
neighbors.
Knowledge, you did say you live near there. It's in one of your videos. That's off of Susan Bright said that.
I
Just,
said I live near there?
yeah. Do you know which video it was so she can go check it out? Because maybe she misspoke, maybe you misunderstood, or
I said
maybe
I
you
wouldn't
did
move back
say it,
down south.
trying to
I'd love to be
convince
there.
Dawn of something.
You got me on that one.
You're more, Trev Time, I'm sorry, this is funny. Trev Time said, yeah, I honestly am more confused than a chameleon on a pile of Skittles. Oh, geez.
Apparently, a lot of people think I know him, and like I get it in my comments all the time, and I'm like, no, I don't know him.
Uh-oh,
Like,
you're going to get Trev attacked.
why
Trev,
would
do
I
you
deny
know
it?
her?
Like at this point, if I would like really had the hots for Dawn or any of that, I haven't been real quiet about my opinions. You don't think I'd be like, and Candace, guess what? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Justin said, I think she meant that she lived in West Virginia.
Western Virginia.
Okay, well, he wrote West
Oh wait,
Virginia.
I just went to West Virginia a little while ago. Like last month, I was in Hinton, West Virginia. Maybe somehow that got miscommunicated. I don't know.
In one of your videos, you were talking to Dawn and said, I know all about Beach Creek. I lived around there. Don't remove the video.
Hold up. I haven't removed any videos. It was not, okay, I was talking to Don initially. At the end of the video, I said, and I don't know why, but apparently your neighbor had a conversation about Wah the other night. And then I went to talking to her and I said, look, don't bother you, don't bother me. And yeah, I do know what goes on in them hollers. And yes, I know how people act when you do people in them hollers wrong because I lived the majority of my life in hollers.
Okay.
Not that holler, but in hollers. Maybe if people weren't so quick to jump to persecution for a second, or like even considered, even if the words don't match exactly how you would phrase it, that the person doesn't mean it so like, you know, combative.
Right.
You know,
I mean, people should consider the stuff she does is comedy acts. She may have wanted it to appear she knew him, you know, make him nervous.
don't you think he would know if he knew me?
I can hear you.
I said, don't you think he would know if he knew me? How could I make him think he knew me if he didn't know me?
Well, think about it, Knowledge. People get messed up on drugs. They meet people all the time.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
Dang, girl.
I don't think like that. I just, you know, a lot of these things that...
If you don't think like that, then you need to get you a different gig than trying to think up conspiracy theories. Because in order to
No, I mean, I don't think like just because somebody's talking to somebody that like they know them, you know what I mean? Like
if you want to try
I would
to figure
assume
out
somebody would.
If you want to try to figure out what a criminal is going to do or what they did, you got to think like a criminal.
Yes, but I'm saying the people listening to it is like, I don't think that somebody would just assume I know him just because I'm talking. You see what I'm saying? Like a
Yeah.
normal person, I would think, wouldn't think like that.
I'm not normal, huh?
Well, I'm not meaning you so much as like people in comments that like think I really know him. And like I'll say I don't know him. They're like, no, you gotta know him because the way you talk to him, I'm like, he reminds me of somebody.
You've got to turn your camera off or something because I'm gonna start losing. Actually, I've already lost about 50 people.
How's that?
That's better because
Okay.
it's bouncing and it's moving and they can't deal with it.
Yeah, that's a bad feeling.
Yes, because Nana has cracked all cases thinking like a criminal. I hope you're not being sarcastic, or I hope you're being sarcastic with that remark. Listen, there's 496 people in here now. If anybody else feels the way this person does, or the last person, you do not have to be here. You do not have to listen to me. Nobody is pressuring you into staying here. You do not hear me begging you to stay here. If you don't like what I say or how I talk or the way I think, see your way through the door and don't let it hit you in the ass on your way out.
All right, I may be assuming things, but does that mean you're not going to run a Cash App for me?
Yeah. No, I'm not going to run a damn Cash App for you. I do not run Cash Apps for no damn body.
I wouldn't either.
We're here to try to help the kids and do the right thing for the kids.
That's my whole intention. And if I inadvertently offended some people, it was purely accidental because that's not my goal. Like I am really like, it's I think about it constantly. Like I'm doing shit in my life and I'm sitting here thinking about like somewhere else.
I was reading a comment and barely heard what you said.
I was just saying how it takes over. Like I'm in my normal daily routine, and one reoccurring thought that keeps running through my mind is Summer Wells.
That's what runs through all of our minds.
Yeah. It's affected a lot of people. Lots of people. I don't know, man. I, in a way, I hope maybe she is in part of that thing that happened today, but on the same token, I really hope that like it turns out that somehow she's with a family member or something, and none of this stuff is happening to her.
Right. I got one question. I'm honest with everybody. I answer questions. I'm gonna ask you: did Smiley run your Cash App for you?
No, I've never ever asked for a Cash App. Never. I was joking about that.
Okay, just making sure.
No, I'm good. Thank you, though.
You can't be a part of this because it's unreal. Okay.
What, that people came to a peaceful resolution over a misunderstanding? And that they're both concerned in the welfare of a kid?
Thank you, Discovering. She says blatantly, Billy, Nana never claimed to solve any cases. All we do is spread awareness of all the missing kids. Hopefully someone will recognize them if they see them out somewhere.
Yep. Somebody yesterday came at me saying, oh, you didn't go out searching for. I'm like, I'm in Jersey. Like, of course you didn't see me out searching for somebody in Tennessee. I'm in New Jersey.
Well, even if you were here, you wouldn't be allowed to go up there anywhere close by and search because Lawson doesn't allow it.
I mean, I would if I could, but
But plenty of people can go out and hand out flyers and just like
I used to go on my horses in the Pine Barrens when people would be lost in the Pine Barrens. I'd go out on my horses with my dogs because I always had German Shepherds and look for people. Like, especially if it was a kid, I'd be out there in a minute.
just like with the Tennessee Valley Fair coming to town, I will be taking flyers down there that's going to have 5 kids per flyer per. I'm doing 3 sets. They'll have 5 kids on each set.
And people say stuff about people putting them up in different states. Like it's usually, you don't know. You know what I mean? The baby could be anywhere. Like, and somebody happens to walk past that and says, "Wait a minute, that's the little girl I seen in the diner yesterday." You know what I mean?
Right.
It
Jenny
could
wants
click
to
into their
know.
head anywhere.
Jenny wants to know. Do you know any Paxtons?
Paxton's?
Yeah.
Paxton. I know it's a store in a mall that my daughter loves, but I don't think I know any people with that name. Paxson, actually, it's called in the mall.
You
They
aren't
do like that.
concerned with the welfare of Summer at all. Nana, is you are hunting for Dawn. I'm not hunting for Dawn. I was told Dawn was in the chat.
And I'm not prejudiced about who takes responsibility for it in the end, but like somebody needs to be held responsible for this little girl. Whether it be Don or a complete stranger, like you can't just forget her.
Do these women forget that Dawn is an SO? I don't think they do. Or maybe they do. I don't know.
But there's like really women interested in him like that.
Summer Wells missing from Rogersville, Tennessee, June 15th, 2021. Age 5, now 7. Blonde hair, blue eyes, 4 foot tall, 40 pounds. Wearing a pink shirt, gray pants, barefooted. Any credible tips, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND or 1-800-824-3463. Thank you. Yes, someone knows something about Summer and they need to come forward. Absolutely.
Right. That would be nice.
Trevor says Dawn. Sorry, guys. Hang on one second.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe she'll shut up now. I said 4 feet tall, did I not? And Trev said Dawn isn't a registered SO. Whoever said that, that's true. Dawn is not registered.
Right.
His son is.
But he is a self-admitted, you know. But then again, that doesn't mean he was telling the truth. But I mean, why would you say that to people? Doesn't make you look good. And I don't know. I believe his sisters. They sounded pretty convincing when they were doing them interviews.
If it's not a fact, please put in my opinion or allegedly. Absolutely. Thank you. Yes, there's Nana's Facebook link for Nana's Angels on Facebook, guys. Donna's self-admitted P3DO. I know that's not what you meant, but the droids thing has got me thinking Star Wars. Sorry. I'm not disagreeing with you guys. He did admit to SA, but he's not registered. That's a fact, right?
Yeah.
And there's not many facts in this case that we can admit to. So when we find a fact, we need to grab onto it.
Right. So, all right. Can we do a poll thing again?
Sure. What do you want to ask?
From the people who heard him probably multiple times give details about that circumstance, who believes that to be true and who believes it might just be a Don story?
What? About his sister?
His sister.
It's not just a Don story. No, we're not going to do that poll. No.
Okay.
We're not going to victimize or re-victimize children, or they were children when it happened.
See, that's one of the things that gets me there, because people say, He's not registered. No, he's not. But like, to hear him tell that story is kind of convincing.
But he's not registered. To be
I know.
registered, you have to be ordered by a court. Yeah, I know. Peas in a pod. Because I've been saying C3PO and stuff, R2D2, and it just struck me funny. Sorry. Yeah, he should be registered, but he's technically not. So we have to stick with facts.
Yeah. But wouldn't it be a fact since he told us it, or no?
That he's registered? No.
No, that he participated in such activities.
Yes, he admitted to it. Nobody's saying he didn't.
No. What I'm asking is, like, do you not in your mind when you think about it, like, automatically think, and like, even though he's not certified, like, I'm kind of convinced of that story.
Nobody's disagreeing that he did it. That's what I'm saying.
No, but when I'm like, all right, I don't know how to say it without like, on one hand, he's not registered, but then you hear that story, and like, I instantly associate the two together. You know what I mean?
Okay, I understand, but no, you can't though. I mean, facts are facts. Discovering says, I don't understand why everybody is focusing on the parents. If they haven't said anything in 2 years, they probably are not going to say anything, whether they're guilty or not. Attacking won't find Summer, in my opinion. But that's not rumor, honey. That's fact. That's how you feel. So,
and I was discussing, not attacking.
You have to be convicted of S-related charges. Exactly.
But does the fact that he self-proclaimed it hold any water in between there?
What?
Does him self-deflicting it, like, is there like a middle space in the water between
no,
registered and self-admittance?
No, there's not.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, the man can go and get a job at a school.
Oh, God.
If he can go and get a job at a school, then no, there's no middle ground.
Oh, my. That's a scary thought.
I didn't know they had company on the hill. I don't know. You'll have to ask somebody who talks to them. Ask Lips or Dippy or.
I seen a rumor this morning.
So I don't know.
His daughter and her kids.
Huh?
I said I seen a rumor or whatever this morning that it's his daughter and her kids. I don't know that to be true, but that's the one thing I did hear today.
Exactly, I see you. He's not convicted, so we cannot say he is. If you say he is and he's not, that's defamation of character, and you can be sued for it. And that is a serious charge. I mean, a serious allegation, because that can really ruin people's careers, their lives, if they're not.
Absolutely. But
be careful.
You still got to think that part of your brain retains that story. Like, I mean, normal people, you wouldn't, like, probably feel that way, but since you told the story,
I understand knowledge, but you have to understand. Listen, I'm not sure how long you've been on YouTube. I've only been on here for a year and something.
I understand the legalities that what you're trying to say.
You're not talking to friends. You're talking to hundreds and possibly thousands of people. So you have to keep what you say very strict, because if not, if you make a statement like that, it don't matter what the gray part of it is. If you make a statement like that, that person can get you and they can sue you. And you would lose because there is videotape of you saying it.
Absolutely. But saying that like since like he like would you get in the same trouble with him if you said it since he put it all out there, or like not like a normal
Yes,
person that you just
yes.
guesstimate?
It,
I think you like I'm saying it wrong because I'm not trying to be. I'm like, would they persecute you for being
yes,
under that assumption if he gave you
yes,
that impression? You know what I'm saying? But you probably still
yes.
shouldn't say it legally.
They would. It would
Yeah.
still be wrong because he can
Uh,
say
yeah.
whatever he wants all day long,
Mm,
but he's saying he did something.
yeah.
But to have been gone to court and convicted of something is something totally different.
Mm,
It's more serious, and I'm just telling you, I'm just trying to give you
mm.
some advice. Just you need to back
I
off
agree.
saying,
I agree. I was just wondering about that little gray area there. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
No, there's it's all black and white.
Mm, it is a crazy story. It's when you think you've seen all the left curves, here comes another one.
You can't label children for life for what they did as children with no adult supervision. If you could, then most of your children should get registered right. Now, hold up. Now, Jeannie, I've got to argue this one. No, I'm sitting here arguing that you can't say he is registered and blah blah blah. But I am so tired of everybody saying, "Oh, Don was just a kid. He was just a kid." The last time it happened, or the last time it was said that it happened,
19.
and Don admitted to it himself, he was 19 years old, and it was the
Mm-hmm.
night that he got out of prison. That's not a kid. So I
Yeah.
would really appreciate it if people would stop saying, "Oh, but he only done it when he was a kid." He's not. He wasn't a kid.
Like if he would go to some kind of counseling or whatever, that like would solidify that maybe he's changed. You know what I'm saying? Like if you didn't address the issue all these years and try to figure out a new way to think and act, do you not resort to the old way of thinking and acting?
You're saying a leopard never changes their spots. I agree. That's what
Well,
my
I
mother
mean,
always
there's
told me.
possibilities with, counseling and, the amount of years that have been in between. If he had gotten counseling and put a serious attempt into changing them behaviors, I've, there's people who have changed and the rest of their life have been non-offensive and stuff, but without
Right.
attempting to change and not changing.
Trev, I agree. Why do people act like children normally do that? That's not normal. And quit taking
Mm-mm.
away from the victims. Gross. Exactly. And
Mm-hmm.
Sandra says even 12 is old enough to know better. Yes. 12
Mm-hmm.
is the age of accountability. And
My God,
it don't matter. And there is no cure for P3DO. I can't help it.
when I was
No,
12, I
there's
was
no
still playing with Tonka
thank
trucks.
thank you for saying that. Because just like with alcoholic, once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. Alcoholic, you are always in recovery. You are never cured. Once an addict, you are always an addict. You are never cured.
Mm-hmm.
Once you harm
Come on, Dad.
children and like to do it, then you're always going to be that way. You are never going to be cured. The only surefire way that you don't do harm certain ways is the medication or castration. I vote castration.
Now I got a really stupid question again. Even
What?
with the castration, wouldn't they still have the desire and the drives?
Yes.
Okay.
I said it would stop the harm in certain ways.
Mm. Yeah, well, I was just wondering if they would still think that way. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, hold up. I just realized why I was blocked in my other account, Nana. You came off as very rude. Why are you talking to knowledge with such a tone?
What?
Knowledge, would you like to
Maybe
answer
being
that?
I don't feel she's being rude. I don't know what you thought she did was rude, but I haven't felt that way. I'm not trying to argue with you, but she hasn't offended me. But thank you.
Some people just talk with determination or passion or whatever in their voice. I haven't been rude to knowledge.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm the youngest of 6 kids in an Italian family. I'm used to people talking loud.
Yes, Luna, 12-year-olds know the difference between right and wrong. 100%. Nana, I have a question. To be a member on Nana's After Dark, do I join on? Yes, on this channel, sweetheart. Yes.
Let's check and see if I still have a membership with you.
I gotta ask, what's the heart for?
What?
I'm just asking what the heart's for.
What heart?
Oh, Beanie put up a heart. I'm just wondering
Oh.
what it was for. Donna's an SO. I don't care if not legal. In my opinion and many others, he admitted it. Public opinion. Nobody's arguing that point.
That's great. What
Oh,
it
and
said.
if you were talking about how I was speaking to her about the things, because she's a creator and I don't want her to lose her channel, and I'm trying to get her to understand you can't do this and you got to do that and you got to speak a certain way. So I don't think I was being rude, but if she thinks I was being rude, you know what? She's got a button just like everybody else does. It says disconnect.
Yeah, right?
Right,
A
Ro?
couple times by accident. Yeah, I didn't find that you were being rude. I might have missed something, but I didn't.
Well, I said if you thought I was being rude, it's just like everybody else. You've got a disconnect button that you can hit. You ain't got to put up with it.
Right? But I mean, knowing that, I didn't find that you did anything rude.
Thank you, Alpaca Maid. And what Alpaca Maid said, so we don't get misunderstandings, it says if you are unhappy with the guest or the topic, please find the channel you jive with this evening. We're glad you stopped by. Yes, we're always glad you stopped by. And opinions are always welcome. Just don't be rude, crude, or disrespectful. Yes, Robin, you would have to remove eyes and fingers. Well, maybe not eyes because they can't technically cause physical harm that way. Lady London. That's what I say. I vote for. What if it had happened to you as a child? Would that have been okay? Would it be okay to let the abuser to get away with it and you live with a lifetime of memories of abuse? It never goes away. Stop. Roxanne, nobody's defending him. Nobody is defending Don. All we're saying is that legally, you cannot say that somebody is something if they're technically not, especially something that bad, because then they can have recourse to come back and sue you. If you are a creator on YouTube and that's where you want to stay, then you have to watch things like that. Well, guys, we've been on here for hang on. An endangered child alert has been issued on behalf of the Sullivan County, Tennessee Sheriff's Office for 12-year-old Emily Ball. Emily is 4'11", 120 pounds with red hair and hazel eyes, just released. Thank you, Trevor. I appreciate that, hon. Well, in my opinion, Utah didn't think it was much. They went and tried to take papers out, and it got them nowhere, period. Thank you, Andrea. Yes, they still have desire with castration. There were shows about that and news reports decades ago on TV. I thought I just read it. Just in, child alert has been issued on behalf of the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. 12-year-old Emily Ball. Emily is 4'11", 120 pounds, red hair and hazel eyes. Guys, please be watching. Please get that information out. Go snag a picture of her. Share it on any kind of media that you have access to. Yes, it just came out like right now. Yeah. Okay, so if you don't like me and you don't like my personality, you do not have to stay here. It's that simple. I only got the first part of your other comment. I'm looking for it, Roxanne. Peace and love, he says. Making excuses for the person that does these unthinkable things to children. How am I making excuses for him? Anybody that wants to come up, there's the link. Show your face before you come up. You're more than welcome. We're going to go for another 20 minutes and then we're going to call it a night. As I've said, treat this channel with respect because it is just as much your channel as it is mine. And if you got to cut that off. If y'all act up and it looks bad on the channel, it's not just me that looks bad. It's y'all that looks bad because it's just as much your channel as it is mine. I'm so sorry, Andrea. Did you get that cut off? Nope. Yes, Miss Dippy. Dippy.
Yes, ma'am.
On it's Sharfy. Sharfy Jr. He's the one that got busted for all the pictures of the littles in Sullivan County. Okay, did you get it fixed now? No. You gotta turn something off. I hope you have a better night, Nana. You misread both of my comments, didn't read them. Both wouldn't fit. I'm sorry, hon. I did not mean to misread your comments, but I thought you were getting on to me. You have sweet dreams as well, Ross. You know I like having you here. Okay, now what is it, Dippy?
Nothing. I was just being nice and sitting up here with you.
Oh, well, thank you. I was fixing to say you come up here to fuss at me too.
No, you know how I feel, and I'm just gonna sit back in my corner and watch the chat and make sure everything's good up here. Because I know I'm in for an earful after this live, so I'm just buying my time.
Anywho, y'all, I'm out, y'all. Do not worry. Have a good night, everyone. Well, you have a good night too.
I'm very damn proud of myself tonight.
Okay. Did you get it fixed? Nope. I don't know what the problem is.
Okay, one thing I do got to say, y'all, even if he is a self-proclaimed SO or whatever, RSO, whatever, no, not our SO, y'all, his sisters took papers out on him, right? In Utah. 2 years ago. If Utah thought it was something, don't you think they would have came after him? They did with
Well,
the
no,
AWP
the laws
guy.
may have run out, Dippy.
No, they did it with AWP guy. Same state.
Dippy, I don't want to argue about this.
I'm just saying.
The women
I'm
said
not arguing. I'm just saying. I remember the AWP guy got in trouble the same week that they took the papers out.
Dippy.
That was last year.
Don Wells admitted
I know he said it himself. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, if Utah thought it was something, don't you think they would have arrested him? Just saying.
So you're saying that the law don't even think or don't believe Don when he admits.
Oh, my signal sucks. What? You're going in and out on me.
I said you're saying that the law don't even think that he's telling the truth when he admits he did it himself.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I know he admitted it himself. I'm not saying nothing against that. I'm talking about Utah itself. Like, if Utah, when they went and took papers out, don't you think if Utah really thought there was something to go on, they would arrest him like they did the guy from AWP?
Benny says they just don't want to be
bothered.
bothered with
I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm not saying that. I would never say a victim was a liar. I'm just saying if the law thought there was something to it.
G Crime, I am sorry to hear that, hon. Did you get it fixed yet?
Could it have been because there was so much time in between the offense and when they attempted to prosecute?
I don't know, hon. That echo's killing me. Okay, Dippy, you're up here twice.
I don't know why. Like, my signal is really crappy right now. But I really, really wanted to say that. So I've got to go feed your boyfriend. I will talk to you when the live's over.
All right. Tell him I said hello.
Yes, they did arrest Jared.
No, did they convict? I haven't heard anything about it.
Okay. Do you want to try dropping down and coming back and see if it'll fix it?
Yep.
Are you still there, Dippy? Good gracious, guys. Lord. Who, me? You thought I had to go? Lori, I'm not stopping her from talking, but she's got an echo going. I agree. Actually, it's all of them that you have to worry about. But yes, it's the ones that are undocumented that you have to worry about most because you don't know that they're that way. Um, Annie, I'm not a creator. It was my opinion only. Exactly. Thank you, Trev. I fight this fight with her nearly every time we talk. Trust me. I love her to death, but when it comes to this case, we butt heads constantly. In your opinion, some people should not have a YouTube channel? I do have a big audience tonight. Well, it's starting to slim down now, but yeah. Got a lot of people in here, a lot of unexpected people too. Opinions are fine, and I feel the same, but Nana was just saying to her that she needs to be careful about the words that she is using. Exactly. Good night, CK. I'm sorry I haven't spoke to you, hon. You have a great night, sweetheart. I hope your headache goes away. Nana uses her teacher voice, showing she is caring about a subject. Love teacher voices. I was one for many years. Oh, thank you, Linda. Okay, I'm dropping it. Okay, where's she at? I'm sorry if I missed her. I didn't see it. I'm looking for her. Brenda. I can't find her comment, guys. If y'all could drop a link in the chat with my email address. Oh, Brandy, not Brenda. Brandy, if you will email me, I will email you a copy of them. Would you like to see them now? Let me show them to you real quick. Hang on, let me pull them up real quick. Pictures. Okay. Okay, now let me share this real quick so she can see them, hon. Like I said, there'll be 5 different sets of them. Or not 5, 3 sets with 5 kids per page. But it would be 3 different sets of 5. This is the inside of it. And then this will be the outside of it. And if you can't read it, it says missing angels. Have you seen these missing angels? Any tips or info, please call 1-800-THE-LOST. For more information on these and other children, visit Nana's Angels on YouTube. And then down in here, it's going to have quotes like, in the U.S., an estimated 460,000 children are reported missing each year. But like I said, it's a trifold, guys. That'll be the outside of it, and that'll be the inside of it. And for every page, you can get 5 kids' pictures out there, whereas normally a flyer only holds 1 kid. Hello.
Hi.
I take it we're not echoing now.
No, it stopped. I don't know if I'm walking near something that's making it do that, or I don't know. But I didn't want to just leave and not say bye and thank you and all that stuff. And if you ever have another question, of course, feel free to contact me, and if I can answer it, I will.
Okay, well, you're welcome over here anytime.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I pop in every once in a while. I don't comment all the time, but like sometimes I'll have it on while I'm doing stuff and listening.
Well, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you being willing to come over here and let's talk it out and get settled what was going on this morning.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And
That's the only way to work something out.
and by taking some creative criticism for an old crouchy woman, evidently.
I think I'm older than you.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'm 55.
Same age.
Okay. You
Thank
look
you,
better.
Plant Diva.
Huh?
Plant Diva became a member. I was telling her thank you.
Oh, if you don't mind me asking, did Jared get? I know he got arrested. Has he been prosecuted and everything? Or
Yes.
yeah.
As far as I
Wow.
know, he was, yes.
Wow. That was disappointing when that came out.
Right. Is Dumpling in here? There she is. Hey, Dumpling.
I bid you good night.
All right, hon. You have a great night and come
See you.
back
Good night,
whenever,
Chad.
okay?
Absolutely. See you.
All right. Bye, hon. Okay, guys. No, thank you, honey. I appreciate you becoming a member. And Annie says thanks for coming up and sharing with us all. Yes. Like I said, guys, we got a few more minutes. I'm going to cut it off at 3 hours. Where there's no way I can go another 6 hour live. I can't do it. I understand that. I would like to hear your thoughts, Alpaca Maid. I hope one day the Alpaca Maid will be able to make it up on this panel. How do you get the flyers? I'm going to go ahead and finish them up tomorrow. And I can either post them, if I can fit them, I will post them on my community page, or I will put them on Facebook. I'll get them out there somehow, or I will put up a video with just the flyers on it. And that way y'all can screenshot them or whatever. However you want to do it, however you need to do it, email me. I'll get them to you somehow, okay? However we need to do it. Dumpling, thank you so much. I appreciate that, hon. But I will figure out some way to get the flyers out, guys. And if you need me to in your email, if you are a channel, then we'll put your channel name on it. Along with Nana's Angels, only simply because I'm the one that designed it. But we'll see what we can't do to get some of these kids' pictures out there. All I'm saying is the more people we can get these flyers to, the more people we can have handing them out and putting them in stores, and the more chance these kids have of being found. And putting 5 kids on one piece of paper compared to one child on one piece of paper, I think is a better way to go about it. Okay, I'll help pass them out. And listen, it don't have to be creators. Anybody that has a printer or has access to a printer, you're more than welcome to screenshot or whatever, however you want them, and print them out and hand them out, guys.
Why is there?
Hang on a second. Hang on.
Buddy, I'm sorry. You should come in earlier and get something to eat.
Okay, I'm back, guys. But like I was saying, that way the more people can print them out, hand them out, leave them in stores, it don't matter. As long as we get the kids' faces out there, that's all that matters. That way you don't have to answer 500 emails. I didn't catch that, sweetheart. Hang on a minute. Sorry, I was speaking with my son. Little kids most certainly understand differences in colors, but just that it's different. Little ones aren't putting any social, racial, or whatever onto it. Okay, I guess that wasn't the first part of the conversation. But yeah, anybody, if the mods will drop, if the mods will drop my email, y'all can send me emails. I don't mind answering emails. I agree. I couldn't do Dawn if I were drunk. Again, if you are not happy with this channel or the chat, see your way to the door. Bye. Thank you, Miss Robin. And here is the chat, the email, guys. Yes, Ken, absolutely. If every person who is in true crime, who either has a channel or watches true crime, could put one in their window, could put one on their social media, could print one or two out and hand it to your next door neighbor or somebody else, imagine how many that would get out there. How about Aboriginals? Aboriginals? I don't get the question, babe. Sorry. Dawn, as they say in 12-step principle over personalities, I wear an amateur reporter's hat under my potential juror's hat. There you go. I thought you said Dawn was that. Sorry, did not have my glasses on. I will live in Michigan, but a lot of Tennesseans and Kentuckians live in my town. Great, Andrea, great. Absolutely wonderful, hon. Hello, Katie Ann. Good night, all. Just been kicking back, watching. Good night, Ellie Mae. If you're saying good night. Actually, it's like 2 or 3 minutes away from 3 hours, so I'm going to actually start saying good night to everybody. Don't forget, warn the kids about stranger danger, whether it's your kids, your grandkids, your friends' kids, your neighbors' kids, the kids that are standing out next to your kids when you're picking them up from school. It don't matter what kid it is. Remind them of stranger danger. Don't forget to hug your kid, tell them you love them, call your parent, tell them how much you appreciate them, and don't forget to say thank you to the good Lord above for letting you wake up just one more morning. Pray for the kids, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great night, guys. Thank you for being here. You're all loved and appreciated.